Saturday of Anime North. That was the big shopping day because I didn't want to. We took the bus there and the train. So on Sunday, when you check out of our hotels, we had nowhere to store all of our luggage. You know, the stuff we brought, toiletries, clothes, costumes, and all the stuff we bought. So I thought if I do all my shopping on Saturday, hit up the dealer's area, hit up the artist alley, do it really thoroughly, I won't have any reason to go back in with all my shit on me, stuff on me. Because I don't want to be that guy that's bumping people with his backpack, getting in the way. Because cons are definitely a cesspit of people that aren't very considerate or very, have a little spatial awareness. I would go so far as to say cons are made up of mostly low-functioning individuals in great need of a re-education. But it was still really great. I just kind of treat them as obstacles and not people. But I did end up going back in briefly on the Sunday because one of the sellers was selling a manga I really wanted, Blame, or Blom as it may be pronounced, at a really great price. Individually, I'm just doing a bit more arms up here. Individually, they were like $5 less than the Amazon price, which is the cover price of $40. So like, I'll do them $35 each. He's like, which ones are you interested in? And I said, all of them. I really like this manga and I don't own it. He's like, okay, I'll do $180 for the whole, like all 6, which would bring it down to $30 a piece, saving $10 on each. And I was like, man, that's such a good deal. But it is a lot of manga. It's like 2 telephone books in weight. So I'm like, and also it's a big purchase. I already spent hundreds of dollars getting Digimon card boxes. Oh yeah, that was another thing I did Friday night. We went to the gaming area because we knew it was a lot smaller and I could finish it off. Bought some card sleeves and some Digimon boxes. Digimon boxes usually go for about $125, about $130 plus tax. That is in Canadian, by the way. But someone was selling boxes for $100 a piece, and like newer ones too that I didn't have. So I mean, how am I gonna, and not even with tax, like $100 even. So that was my opportunity to save like over $50. So of course I did that. Found some starter decks, but yeah, I did end up going back on Sunday into the dealer's room briefly because I knew exactly where he was, and I was like, yeah, would you do 170? I'm kind of hitting my budget. He's like, 175. I'm like, you got it. So I did still save quite a bit of money on a good amount of manga. And at like $10 a piece, that's like essentially getting like 1.5 of them for free if they're like $40 each. So I felt good about that. I also found the Mass Effect trilogy, which I wanted physically, because I'm trying to reduce the amount of space my collection takes up on series I like. So I have all 3 Mass Effect games physically, but if I can get a single case with a single disc that has all 3, that would be preferred. So I've been doing that with a couple series. It's like God of War. I wanted God of War Saga, Mass Effect. There's still a couple more I'm looking for that are a lot harder to find. So I do know this song will change tempo eventually, as it did warn me on the previous screen. I do like this song. Oh, now I don't. I don't really like the sort of 70s vibe, but I really did like that techno intro. So whereabout is that tempo change gonna be? Because you really can't know until you've played the song. And although, yes, I have done this like at least twice, grinding through, I can't remember all this stuff. There it is. Nope, okay. Thought tempo would come back, so I got ready. There it is. When it piles all those arrows together, it sure does look intimidating, doesn't it? Whoop. Back on the beat. Oh, that's the whole song. Alright, it's a short one. So this is also... It's not going to be reflected in my performance, but this DDR might be the one I've played the most. I think I'd mentioned it to a friend that came into chat on a previous session. But DDR MAX2 is the one I played the most because I did have to buy this one recently, but I did used to own a copy back in high school, and this was like this one, DDR MAX2, and Supernova are the ones I remember playing quite a bit. What's weird is when I dug up my old PS2 memory card, I didn't have save data for DDR MAX2. So it must have been on a different memory card, which is a bummer because I played the shit out of it. I would have had like all the songs unlocked by then. But I did have save data for games I don't remember playing. Like, I think Extreme 2 and Supernova 2 I had save data for. And I don't remember Supernova 2 or either of the Extremes at all. But I'm going to get familiar with them, I suppose. Next up, another very 70s-ish song. I wonder if they categorize those together on purpose.
Are you ready? Here we go. You're not an ordinary fella.
That was a pretty easy beat to predict. Oh, this one has a music video with the DDR characters in it in the background. Whew. That one tuckered me out so much I didn't want to keep playing. Whew.
Marvelous.
So yeah, we'll soon have all of the DDR games on PS2. I didn't think I'd go for X2, but
Select music.
I was talking to my friends about it at the con afterwards. And I was like, yeah, I'm probably not going to do X2 because it's so much money. And they're like, why don't you just get it? I was like, what do you mean? It's like, all the other ones cost like $10 to $15. So if you split the cost across all of them, you're actually not spending that much. And I was like, damn, my autism brain really does appreciate that reasoning. So I just went for it. It has already arrived. I have not tested it yet, as I only test a couple, like one game ahead of time. I played a bit of Extreme. But I haven't. In the Groove is supposed to be the next one, but like I said, it has not arrived in the mail yet. Also, you'll notice one thing is that the when an official music video is playing during a song, the characters are gone. The little 3D characters that I selected. I don't know why they would do that. Maybe it's just because, like, you know, other songs don't have anything particularly, like, crazy worth really looking at behind them. I screwed those arrows quite bad. Oop, that was not the intended motion. Generally, they don't want you twisting your legs up like that. And you also won't find 3 arrows coming up at a time. I don't think DDR ever asks you to bend down and use your hands as well. Although I have seen it. There might be other games that do that, or it might just be like custom made stuff through like the PC versions. But speaking of the gaming area, a little bit earlier at Anime North, they did have before in the previous building they had like all the rhythm games in one room, like the LAN in another room and stuff. But it was just a huge open area, so the DDR games were like against a wall, and that is like so much better. You cannot have a bunch of rhythm games, especially ones where you're jumping and moving around, in an enclosed space, because as you could imagine, that room smells a little raw. Not terrible all the time, but you walk in and you're like, oh, it is warm in here. This is human heat and human sweat I'm smelling. But in like a huge open area with like DDR games against the wall and another corner, like shops sprinkled throughout, that is the ideal way to do it. You need to air that out. You need that space. So it did not smell bad at all. So that was quite nice.
Select music.
This seems like an easy song. Listen to that. Listen how easy that sounded.
Are you ready?
I'm so ready. It's weird that like Alice is the lead dancer that I selected, but they always put her to the left. You'd think she'd be in the center at the start there.
Grab my heart. Absolutely wonderful. Perfect. 100 combo.
Please don't tell me that. I'm gonna lose my nerve.
Great.
I lost it, didn't I? Yeah, good doesn't count.
Great.
Oh, I would have lost it here for sure. Yeah, I really goofed up that last part. That has a nice ramp up in difficulty, a nice curve. So I'm going to take my earbuds off, and we're going to do sit-ups real quick. Push-ups rather. I keep calling them sit-ups. Oh. All right, 20 is a good number. Let's move on. Yeah, there was a lot of great cosplayers at Anime North this year. Got a lot of cool stuff. What did I not mention? I bought some stickers and some keychains. There was one artist in the artist alley that had Symphogear stuff that I could at least see. I mean, some artists might have some in their, like online in their portfolios, but Symphogear isn't really drawing a crowd, so no one has it on display. But someone had a nice picture of Hibiki on display, as well as 3 glittery charm keychains with Symphogear characters, Hibiki, Tsubasa, and Chris. So I definitely got all of those. As soon as I see Symphogear, my wallet becomes a projectile. That's all there is to it. And I did find a couple Symphogear sleeves in the gaming area, which were pretty cheap, because if you ever look up Symphogear card sleeves online, they're like a minimum of $50, which is ridiculous, because I guess they're out of print, or they're harder to find or whatever, but it's they're just card sleeves. These should never be expensive. Even in Anime North I saw a couple that were these ones are 10, these ones are 15, these ones are 20, and I'm like, 20, that's a bit of a stretch, isn't it? But I mean, when you think about it, when you buy a starter deck, they could be $15 to $20. And I mean, a thing of card sleeves is kind of the same thing. Not exactly, but you can kind of see my reasoning where it's like I don't really want to pay much more than that. So I got a couple for 10, a couple for 15. And some Senran Kagura sleeves as well. The reason why I wanted card sleeves is because like I don't really play the Digimon game or any card game very much, but I am collecting the Digimon card game as well as the starter decks. But instead of leaving the starter decks in the box because it takes up space, how about like a case for them and like an organization thing with like, you know, tabs in between so I know like where is where, which is where, whatever. And I thought, you know what, why don't I just sleeve all of these? Because like if I do ever play the game, it would be casually with friends. And I can't shuffle for shit. It is so hard to shuffle, but in card sleeves it's so much easier. And it's just kind of nice, so I want to get as many card sleeves as there are starter decks for Digimon and then sleeve them all when they're in storage. Let's move on. Well, this one's got heavy on the freeze over there. Let's see how bad that trips me up.
Are you ready? Keep it going.
This one's a little tricky with its layout. Whoop! I want to do something different whenever I see them. Maybe that's what the freeze meant, was these arrows are called freeze arrows, right? Oh, we're doing some piano following? Oh my goodness. I was just flinging, like that was essentially button mashing with my feet. I was just like, one of these has to land. Let's just throw my legs in all directions and hopefully some of those land.
Well, all's well that ends well.
Yeah, I think that freeze must be the hold arrows, because that was really tricky with its holds.
Select music.
Again, notice the scores are quite high. That when I was grinding with a controller, some of these are a lot easier. So I feel like it's been a little bit. So why don't I take this opportunity to turn that on, because I think my capture device might go slightly out of sync over time. I will reset it and use this break to once again advertise the channel. If you're watching this on YouTube, you already know where to go to subscribe. If you're seeing this in Twitch VODs, I do leave these until they naturally expire, which is only like a week. But this will be cut up into episodes, about 40-ish, 50-ish minutes depending, and going up on YouTube. Thank you so much for watching. If you are coming by and chat, I always appreciate the company and the encouragement. And yeah, subscribe for more of this, because like I said, this is the third game out of what could be like 12 dancing games I have yet to play. And I don't just do dancing content. In fact, there's almost no rhythm game content on my channel. This is just, you know, a little, hey, I do like rhythm games. I just don't find them particularly, I don't think it would be a very interesting watch. But, you know, this is just a little challenge, a little exercise. Maybe you can revisit some nostalgic moments with me as we go back to the PS2 era of gaming and play some dancing games. Alright, that's enough of a break. Let's bring this back up, get rid of that. This was the next song, right? Yeah, I think so. Oh, I think I missed another final stage. So this one, when you turn off event, like before, it would show you your final stage results and then all three combined. This one does not do that when event mode is off. This one is just like final stage and it shows you the 1 and then it's over. So I tend to not notice it happening. Holy crap, are there like any more single arrows in this? Here we go. That's what I like to call a calf ripper.
You're doing pretty good.
Okay. Alright, go easy on me there. I'm still old and out of practice. So I do practice these songs on controller,
All's well that ends well.
which will occasionally give me some benefit, but my memory is so bad that, yeah, not really. I did not play, I said that there was DDR set up at Anime North, but I did not partake. Another Naoki. I didn't partake because I was wearing cosplay. I didn't want to take off all my dangly bits. I didn't want to get sweaty at a con, which is already sweaty enough. Whoop. Alright, focus. Whoop. I was so jumped out from that last song I didn't want to do any more this time. I was like, no, we got all the jumps out of the way last time, right? I remembered that last part, so I was able to get that for the most part. But that's a tricky song.
Good.
It's not super tricky, but it is a good amount of difficulty. Again, though, I am slightly off with a lot of these steps because of this bloody mat, which is exactly why I have the foot camera, so you can see that. So you can see that I am doing it. Oh yeah, I said I would do arms a bit. All right, after this one.
Are you ready?
Ooh, another
Go.
proper music video. Alright. Another manga that I was looking for
Marvelous.
that I wasn't expecting to find at all was one called Soul Liquid Chambers. It's a really weird one. The like selling point it boasts is like from the creator of Dance and the Vampire Bund or whatever. I haven't read that or watched. I think maybe I watched like 2 episodes of it if it had an anime. I feel like I vaguely remember that, but it could be something similar. Yeah, so I was looking for Soul Liquid Chambers. It shows up on Amazon for about $15 a volume, of which there's only 3. And generally I read a manga before I buy it. Like I read all of Blame, and I loved it. It's like a favorite, so that's why I wanted to buy it. But Soul Liquid Chambers is in so little demand that I could not find it on any manga reading websites. I think it's called like Haku Neko Desktop, and what it does is it searches like across all the different manga hosting websites and downloads them as like folders full of pictures, which then I put into zip folders, which I then convert to PDF to read on my Kindle. Unless I can, of course, just buy or get the PDF another way. But yeah, Soul Liquid Chambers is not... You cannot pirate that manga. You cannot read it online. Feel free to comment on this video if you have a location and just make me look stupid. But I tried really hard. And it's not new or anything. It's a couple of years old now, I think. So I was hitting up some of the manga shops, of which there was a couple really big ones. You know, checking out the S section. I'm seeing like Soul Eater and stuff. Not Soul Liquid Chambers. And then I was there's like a discount table just outside of like the biggest one there. And I was like, I'll just do a little peruse. And they're like $5 each. And I found the second volume, second of 3. So I guess I will have to buy this one to read it. There's no way to read it otherwise. But yeah, $5 can't go bad. That's like $10 off. The first one is on eBay for like 50 or more, but the third one is available on like my standard Kohl's/Chapters website, as well as Amazon for like 15, so that's not a problem. I would like to just order 1 and 3 at the same time, so I'm kind of waiting for it to come back in stock in a more reasonable price. So yeah, that's another thing I got.
Select music.
And oh yeah, Dead Space art book. I found that in the Nominouichi. Ooh, this is a good song. I like this one a lot. I think the lyrics might actually be "Blow My Whistle, Bitch," but they censored it for this. Don't quote me on that. It's just a thing I heard a long time ago. See, that's the good kind of freeze. If the song's gonna stop, give me some space to work with. Or at least make it terribly obvious. Oop. Look at that, giving me space. Generous song. Oh, just a nice, like, the song is super catchy. The beat is paced really nicely. It's a good speed. The freezes are dramatic enough, but they don't screw you over. They give you enough space to react when they come back. That's just a well-balanced standard song, I think.
Select music.
Have I done it on heavy? Oh, that's light. Ooh, I haven't tried it on heavy. Should I try it on heavy? I bet it's going to be way too hard. I'm going to take a sip first. I do like this song quite a bit.
Final stand.
Let's see how ridiculous it is on heavy.
Are you ready?
No promises on performance this time. I gotta focus.
Let's begin. Are you watching the sequence okay? You'll get a good score.
Alright, no, I can't. I don't think I can pull it back. Oh, I'm not even here. Nope, I'm done. That's too tiring. Alright. This song is too hard on heavy. But I gave it a real college try.
It's a new record. Select music. Let's begin.
Let's set that back to standard. In fact, why don't I take a moment to do arms? To bring my, actually, just so we don't have to listen to a loop of this. Let's bring that up. Bring that. And just reset the sync rate on the thing probably. Ooh. See, I got the Dead Space art book also from the Nominouichi card sleever too there. Some Symphogear stuff. Killzone Trilogy. What else did I get? Oh yeah, I got these PlayStation coasters. And the Nathan Drake trilogy. Uncharted, that is. I needed coasters for a long time. I had some for a while. They're like fabric ones that are machine washable. But then the machine destroyed them, so I guess not. The website lied to me. But it's fine, I'd had them for like years and years anyway. But I got these PlayStation coasters. Alright, that's enough arms. And they're actually pretty cool. Here, I'll show one on camera, because they're on my desk. It's just the buttons. I'm using, oh, the square one is in use right now for my drink, but yeah, it's just the PlayStation face buttons as coasters. They're quite nice. I do like PlayStation. I think that's, I'm like looking around my room. Got a Dante's Inferno figure. Not really much of a figure guy right now because I already have so many. The Digimon stickers. A friend from the Toronto area. We got together there. We had the hotel together, and she got me some Digimon stickers too. I think that's about it. A couple games. Oh yeah, I got some Digimon prints too that look really nice. They're like a more scary, vicious looking kind of style, which I like. Anyways, there's the links. It's just a reminder to, I don't know, subscribe or whatever you want. Alright, we're not even finished the green songs yet. We still have the blue list to go. It's only been an hour and a half. And these usually go for 2.5 hours, so I presumably have an hour left. Oh, I'm already so sweaty. My skills already deteriorated so much. Oh, that was mean. Alright, let's get to this one. Gosh, I am so tired already. That's a really tricky one. That's not even like the half note, that's like an eighth note stuck in there. That's what kind of makes the song fun. Really need to pay attention for this one. Oh, they throw a different BPM at you at the end. I did not do great, but I think that was a good try. Let's not look too long at the D. Oh, wrong way. It wanted me to go back up to that song. So Twilight Zone, I don't know if this is the same version that appears in Konami's, but I do like this song quite a bit. For the obvious reason of it sounding very similar to the Mortal Kombat Techno Syndrome song. I know. Oh, that is a fun song. Oh, you know, it had some hold arrows, so I guess that is a remix of the Konami's version. I mean, it does say extended club mix on it, RC extended club mix. I don't imagine it's actually extended because all these have to be short. But yeah, it's definitely a different, slightly different version of it. This Konami's did not have hold arrows.
Select music.
What is it like? This song seems super rapid. Its BPM is slightly lower than this one, and has fewer steps too. Well, I guess it does sound kind of rapid, but I mean, just the overall beat sounds kind of chill. Alright, final stage is try to do a bit more arms after this one if I remember. Deceptively fast. This is a nice pace, though. Whoop. Those were not the intended steps. Alright, give me a break. Let me look at my feet. Those might have been the intended steps. Oop, got ahead of myself there.
Your performance is refreshing.
Those are definitely not the intended steps. It does not want you to wrap your legs around yourself. Ooh, tripped up a little bit at the end there, but that's a fairly easy, nicely paced song. Alright, that was a final stage, so let's do arms again. Ugh. trying to think. I feel like I bought more stuff that I'd failed to mention. Card game stuff, card sleeves, art book, some manga, some games, little Dante figure, the prints. Ugh. Oh, I did pick up I wanted to get it autographed, but I didn't get the chance to. I got a little Thunderbolt Fantasy transparent card thing. I actually have it on my desk here so I can put it on stream on the camera. They just sort of had these at the table. It might be hard to see, but it's like a little card. It's transparent of one of the puppets. It's not a character I know, so it's a, it's not one of the main guys, but it was free, so I took it. Ugh, now it's just on my desk with my Genocyber cell. Now I gotta put it back. Slide it into the frame nicely. Whew. Yeah, I think that pretty much covers it.
Select music.
Oh, okay, we're finally onto the blue list. Not that these are particularly easier. In fact, I don't even know why these are blue. I think it might be like old songs that are returning. Like green might be new, blue might be old. But I don't think that's the truth though, because then there wouldn't be any holds in this. Unless they're from Max1. Whatever the case, I'm dilly-dallying. We gotta get to it. Oh, there's still a lot of songs left to go. I should finish my drink soon and bust out a bottle of water. I feel like this one is in like every version. Whew, alright. If that one is appearing in like every one so far, then I guess I have no excuse not to have practice on it. Alright, that's a big sip. Ooh, and a B too, not bad.
Select music.
I do recognize this song too.
Second stage.
This is an alright song.
Are you ready? Let's step.
Oh yeah, Spaceman. Oh yeah, rip up them calves.
Your performance is refreshing.
Whew. Yeah, thanks for the little break here.
Perfect. 100 combo.
Oh my goodness. Putting a half beat right after a double step is a bit cruel, but that is still a fun song, if quite exhausting. There's so many jumping in that. I wonder if that's referenced in the chart.
Select music.
Yeah, As you can see, it's very high towards air. Oh, I lost my voice there saying air.